Welcome to SBA. Today, we're going to be talking about a very unique strategy, which I like to call the Triforce strategy. Let's get into it. So, firstly, let's talk about what the Triforce strategy is in the first place. What is it on base explanations, on simple terms? So, what you're going to want to achieve with this strategy is Farking is just going to keep shooting or faking. He's going to keep shooting contested or wide open, whether they be flash shots or drift trees. He's just going to keep shooting while he is being screened by a big, and Nana or any other PG is going to keep passing to Fire King, and that's their only job, to pass the Fire King at the correct time while he's being screened, and he's going to shoot 3-pointers. That is the only thing you need to know about this strat. That is the main plan. That is what you are going to want to do if you are trying to use the Triforce strategy. So let's go ahead and talk about what we want for the characters and who are the best teammates you can pair with this strategy. Alright, so firstly, the main character that you're gonna want to use with this strat, which is Fire King. And since this strategy revolves around Fire King just shooting trees consistently, like all willy-nilly, just keep on shooting trees non-stop, of course what you're gonna want to give him is the 3-point stat. You're gonna want to give him maximum. You're gonna have to give him maximum 3 points, and he will make a lot of those trees even if they're contested. I think it's stupid, but I've always said, if there's one character that I want that actually consistently makes contested 3-pointers, it's Fire King, because of how nerfed he's been. So, I'll let this slide. I'll let this one slide in particular. But yeah, you're gonna want to give Fire King max 3. He is going to be the main character and the irreplaceable character on this strategy. Next up on this strategy, the big that you're gonna want to use is actually Emma. Just because of her level 4 screen, her really good smart screen. It just allows for extra accuracy. It's very helpful, and with the dash, it makes it easier for you to actually rebound right after screening Fire King. So Emma's going to be the ideal center or big that you can use for this strategy. And what you're gonna want to focus on giving her is still power. She's got such a low power stat that even if in max power, she's gonna keep getting dunked on, but it's still gonna be better than not giving her power. It's still going to be better to block some of those dunks. So yeah, I'd say the most important thing to give Emma is pure power. And when it comes to affixes and talent, I suppose screening expert would be best for Emma, just to give her a wider screen range. And of course, for affixes, you're gonna want to get protector, because protector just gives extra accuracy to your teammates when you get a successful screen. So again, you're gonna want to use Emma if possible, but a possible other character that you can use instead of Emma is actually going to be Robbie, because of his speed mode, or you can also use Elise because of her dashes. Those are good substitutes for Emma, but Emma is the main big that you're gonna want to get. And for point guards, I'd say the best point guard that you can give for this strategy is Mo Chen, just because he has the ability to catch those passes from anywhere, meaning he can go farther away from Fire King, which is even better because that means Fire King has a better chance of getting a wide open shot without the point guard recovering so quickly. But not only that, but Mochen also has a pinpoint and a specific pass, which means it's way easier to pass the Fire King while Emma's actually screening without passing to the wrong person. So yeah, I'd say Mochen is the best character that you can pair with this strategy. Another big that can work with this very well is Albert, because of his ability to actually smart layup. He can take advantage of that he can just shoot those layups instead of just passing to Fire King if he's only being covered by a point guard. It's really good. You can use either Mochen or Albert, but Mochen I'd say is the best. Albert is just a great substitute, and other substitutes is probably May, again, for her ability to catch that pass from anywhere and also having that pinpoint pass. But yeah, Mochen is going to be the best point guard that you can pair with Fire King with this strategy. With that being said, let's go ahead and discuss the strategy to a better understanding, just a little bit deeper than the base explanation. So what's going to happen is Mochen is going to get the ball. He's going far away from Fire King and Emma. Emma is just going to keep using skillful screen to screen Fire King, and then Mochen will pass so that Fire King can get the ball. Now Fire King will not pass back immediately. He can just flash shot, or drift tree, or fake a flash, fake a drift, fake a normal one. Whatever he wants to do, he's just going to keep doing it. And once he releases the ball, Emma will just use skillful screens dash to go back to either left or right to keep screening, or back inside so he can actually rebound the ball once Fire King shoots a shot. Yeah, this is pretty much like the base strategy. This is an OG strategy right here, except after the Ace update and after tons of updates in general, man, contested trees have just been so overpowered, and this strategy just makes use of that. It just takes advantage of that broken aspect of the game, which is just stupid contested trees. But yeah, this is going to be your entire strategy. Emma just keeps screening with skillful screen and goes left, right, or back to actually rebound the ball, while Fire King just keeps on shooting and Mochen keeps on passing. That is the entire base of this strategy, and you're just going to repeat it over and over again. So now let's go ahead and watch a video where we use this strategy, and we'll talk about this strategy some more. Alright, so firstly, let's talk about the matchups that you're going to want to get, or the matchups that you're going to want to avoid when you use this strategy. So for the matchups that you're going to want to actually get when using this strategy, believe it or not, you might actually benefit if you go up against dunkers. That's right, that's because characters who can dunk are typically a lot slower than other characters, which makes this strategy even more effective. So dunk spamming strategies, those guys who use that, you might actually have a better time going up against them when you use this strategy, because they're gonna have a harder time actually contesting or blocking Fire King entirely. So yeah, believe it or not, dunk spam might be a strategy that you're actually gonna want to get when you're using this strat in particular. Another more specific strategy that you might want to get with this is any team who actually have a defensive power forward, Alto or Ranger in particular, I should say, especially Alto or Ranger. They actually struggle a lot with this, with just how direct their blocking actually is, and how they are actually a little slower than Nikolai. They will struggle a bit more with this, so you might actually want to get them as well. With characters that you're going to want to avoid when using this strategy, I'd say probably other shooters, faster characters who can keep on just contesting all your shots. Again, dunkers can be a problem, but as long as you have Tough Guy for Fire King or for other SGs when you use this strategy, you should still be okay. But yeah, probably the ones that you're going to want to avoid are other shooters, fast characters who can just keep on contesting you, and it'll be pretty hard for you to actually get a wide open shot up, against them. So yeah, you're going to want to either get dunkers or defensive power forwards and you're going to want to avoid fast characters like other shooters. Next up, let's talk about the difficulty of actually pulling this strategy off, and I wouldn't say it's easy because you actually still do need practice to know when to shoot, or when to actually go for that rebound. It does take some skill. It does. It's not really easy. You still need good timing and good decision making for you to actually be effective with this strategy. But it's not the hardest strategy either to actually learn. It's a pretty simple strategy compared to others, but it's not really easy still. So I'd say it takes a good amount of skill to actually do this strategy, and if you just keep on doing it, you're gonna get better at it, and it's a little bit easier to master than other strategies, since you're just going to do the same thing over and over. Screen and rev for Emma, and just shoot for Fire King, shoot good shots, time your shots. But yeah, it's a little easier to get used to and to master this strategy than others, but it does still take some skills to actually be effective with this. But yeah, once you actually master this strategy, you'll be very good, and it's not the hardest to master, but again, you do still need some skills to do it properly. Now finally, let's talk about this strategy when it comes to meta, and I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but for some reason, this actually is effective. I know. For some reason, so many characters, so many players just jump still against Fire King, even though you don't really need to. They do still jump against Fire King for some reason, and because of that, this strategy is actually effective. Even high tiers for some reason keep jumping against this Fire King. Instead of just tracking him, they do jump because of the screens. So yeah, believe it or not, this actually can go up against meta. This strategy in particular, it can actually go up against meta, which is just crazy to me, since it's not really a special strategy. But yeah, it does. It is kind of meta. So if you want to use it, go ahead. It's going to actually be pretty effective as long as you know what you're doing. So yeah. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that it's been helpful. I hope that you've been entertained by it somehow. And I'll catch you on the next one.